Hi everybody, it's Tatiana and today I'm coming to share with you hopefully what will be a quick video. I am extremely talkative today, so it may not be quick. Bear with me. Thank you. While I'm not participating in Vlogmas, I do want to do some of the retrospective videos that tend to happen for the end of the year period, but this is for 2019, and this is just going to be about me branching out into reading more of a particular type of book that I don't typically read, and what that is meaning for my future with this particular type of book, and that is short story collections. In the past, I have said over and over again that I have not been a fan of short story collections. They just don't give me the fullness that I feel in the completion of a story when I am reading a novel or even a novella. But in 2019, I read 5, I think, or 6, because one of them I DNF'd. Short story collections that I really enjoyed, except for the one I DNF'd. And so I'm going to just share with you what those were. I don't have some of them with me, so even for the 2 I think that I own, I'm not going to go pull them off the shelf. I'm just going to put a picture in and share with you the picture in the screen because I'm lazy. So I started the year in January, and I have my handy dandy planner. I started the year in January reading What It Means When a Man Falls from the Sky. That was my second or third time checking that book out from the library, because again, I don't read a lot of short stories. I'd heard that a lot of people enjoyed the short story collection, but those were people who also just regularly enjoyed short stories, so I wasn't really pressed to get to it the first couple of times I checked it out. But in January, I actually read it, and holy bejeebers, I really enjoyed it. And after finishing it, the title story I enjoyed, but also, okay, I do need to go get something. I need to go get my bullet journal. But I also enjoyed what is a volcano, which is a story about this beef going on between these celestial beings, and it was so good. And then also Who Will Greet You at Home. That was weird, totally on brand for me. The ones of this collection that I did not particularly enjoy were the war stories, and that's just because I don't like war stories in written or visual format. I don't tend to take in a lot of war stories, so those were the ones that really didn't appeal to me, but I still thoroughly enjoyed this short story collection. So after reading this collection, I was like, okay, well, maybe I will try a couple of others. And in discussing with our Black chats that Brown Girl Reading did or Black Book Chats, is that what she called them, that Dee Dee did in February for #ReadSoLit, Rachel from Rachel Ray said that she really enjoyed the short story collection of Say You're One of Them, and I don't know why I set this down because I still need it. Say You're One of Them by Akpan, and I cannot remember. Oh wait, do I have who? Yes, What It Means When a Man Falls from the Sky was by Leslie Nika Arman. Say You're One of Them by Ekpan it's a collection of 3 short stories and 2, I think, novellas, because they were long. But all of these stories were so effective. Like, they got to me, and I was like, I don't know if I want to read anything else that Rachel suggests. And the reason why I read it is because when she made that statement on the Black Book Check, I was like, okay, well, I have that, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Y'all, whoo, that short story collection got to me. And they're all set in Nigeria. I think there's set in Africa, but they're all stories about children, and they're all children who fall victim to the things that adults do that have a negative effect. And of the stories in that collection, I think Luxurious Hearses was the one, yeah, that got to me the most because of the conflict that's going on between the people there in the community that the main character lives in, but then also in his attempt to get away. Buffy is making weird noises. From that conflict and having to hide his religious background in this, and there's something that is on him that is part of his body that makes it evident what his religious background is, and he has to hide that to safely get to where he's attempting to go and to escape from the like almost dying or being killed in his hometown. And y'all, it's all like that entire story is about religious conflict and the effect that it has on children, and how adults are, so how the kids manifest and exhibit the evils and ugliness that adults show them in religious conflict, and then how the adults have no, like, they just didn't care that this was a child. Oh my God, y'all, it was so good. That's 2 short story collections that got me. And so I'm like, okay, we're gonna go with one more. So I picked up the Gilda stories and did not like that. It wasn't for me. And then the edition that I had from my library, I think I showed it in my wrap-up video, had several blank pages after you got into like the actual, so I was more than halfway finished. I was more than 60% through the book, and there were several blank pages in one of the short stories, and it went over the course of 2 short stories. And at that point I was pretty much just reading it because I had gotten more than 60% of the way through. I was really just reading it to say that I finished it. I was not enjoying it, and when I got to those blank pages, I just said fuck it. And I just took it back. It wasn't for me. That was the one that I DNF'd. So moving on from that, I read Story of Your Life and Others by Ted Chiang. The title story, y'all, is good. I wanted to read that and then watch Arrival. And then, of course, as soon as I finished, like the weekend before I started that short story collection, Arrival was available on Amazon Prime to watch through the movie thing. And then as soon as I finished it, it was no longer on there. Ain't that some bullshit? So I have not yet watched Arrival, but I really enjoyed the discussion of language and linguistics in that, and the effect of that, how it can unite and separate cultures and people and other beings, and the importance of connection. And I'm flipping to see if I wrote anything on it, and I don't think I did. Nope. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that short story collection. I do plan to read Exhalation, but I was hoping I was going to get to it before the end of the year. That's not going to happen. Then I read Friday Black, and I'm not going to, I don't think I pronounced the author's name any time that I have talked about it. It's here. I read Friday Black, and y'all, that short story collection was a winner from start to finish. Every single story was tops. It was so good. There were a couple that were connected. There was one that was too freaking relatable. There was another that was so weird, and it's all making poignant statements about certain things within society. And oh my gosh, it was so good. I'm getting excited all over again. The last short story collection I read, which is the one that I most recently talked about in my November wrap up, and that was Ghost Summer by Tananarive Due. Also, a short story collection that from start to finish was thoroughly enjoyable. Every story was not a win like with Friday Black, but every story was enjoyable, particularly the story that the title is from. It's a story about these two kids who are going on a journey through time back into the time right after the end of slavery, and where it's this whole town that they're in that had contentions between black folk and white folk, at the end of slavery, and a journey that they take that's also like a mystery. Oh my gosh, that story was so good. And then even the other stories, though they dealt with something that I am not particularly a fan of because anxiety, I really enjoyed those stories as well. So having said that, and I don't think I'm going to be getting to any short story collections this month because there's a lot going on this month. But that being said, I am much more open now to short story collections than I have been in the past, because to have gone through and read a decent amount of short story collections in the year of 2019 and only having one that was a dud, I think I can take on some more. So in 2020, I will probably be doing a lot more short story collections. But that's all that I have for this video. What, if any, books or genres did you read in the year of 2019 that's out of your comfort zone, out of what you typically read? Were they a win for you or were they duds? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend whenever you see this video. Peace out.